Oh, hi. Um, I, I I think we're doing something with a PC. My PC's something.
Gonna build computers. What the hell are you doing in my spot? Get your.
I don't consent.
Get out of here. Welcome to Gibby's World. We'll be right back. Get out of here. Hey guys, welcome back to Gibby's World. So today is a pretty special video because we're going to be doing an upgrade on a computer that I built about 8 years ago. I'm joined with my pal Bryce, and he's got his computer here. And some of you will recognize this case. You've got this case maybe, and you'll be thinking, wow, yeah, that was an OG gaming case. And so I built this for him for his 18th birthday, and it's still going strong. So to give you a little bit of a rundown, I don't even remember what processor is in here. I think it's 7th gen Intel. But I do remember that it has a 1st gen Corsair AIO, and it still works. So you'll see people talk about AIOs being problematic and they don't trust them. Well, yes, there are bad apples in every bunch, but we got really lucky with this. So I'm going to give you a little view of it on the inside right now. The only thing that's really been upgraded on this is the graphics card has been slightly upgraded because a Coke got spilled in here.
They won't let me live it down.
But it survived. It has not been cleaned. It has not been properly kept up since then. It would have been a lot of work. And so today, that's kind of what we're getting into is we're going to be removing everything in here and putting it into a new case. That gives us a chance to really clean everything and put some new fans in and, help this thing limp along a little bit longer so that we get all the life out of it that we possibly can. Now, if you look at it, you'll see it's got this old Thermaltake power supply, still working. It's still got a DVD drive, still working. There's the old 120 Corsair AIO. It still works, no leaks. And it's got the old Z97 MSI motherboard, which to me, this is from an era when MSI still had things like metal badges, MSI, bring them back, okay?
I'm taking it off of that, and I'm going to put it on whatever the new case is.
It's really, a throwback to a different era and a different time. This was about the time gaming PCs exploded with RGB and all these ridiculous, things that we see as normal now. This motherboard even had an M.2 header on it. But M.2 drives were really unheard of at the time for a desktop, so it really wasn't even a thought in my mind then to put one in here. So I really wanted a chance to show you this. I mean, I think it's a beautiful motherboard, and again, it still works, 8 years later. So when you build a computer the right way, they will last. This computer has definitely delivered its value several times over. So, I mentioned, putting everything into a new case. So the first thing I want to do is reveal the new case.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited.
I kind of messed up the box, so I had to improvise. There we go. That's right.
I'm only seeing the back.
You guys have seen it before. That's right. Look at that. What do you think of that? That's the old HP Omen right there. Still kicking. And look, you needed a new Bluetooth Wi-Fi adapter. Got your one right there.
Perfect. I can use my AirPods on.
And look, I got one cable from Cable Mod. You can have that.
Well, thank you.
That's free. It's on the house.
Very generous.
And let's see. Fans. Let me go find some fans.
And we'll be right back.
Okay, we got some fans. Let's see, we got a couple of leftover height fans. We got some Noctua fans. Those were off of my AIO. These are awesome fans. So we're going to be putting those in.
Sweet.
And then we'll figure out how to cram all this in there.
Challenge accepted.
You look so disappointed right
No.
now. You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just playing around. This is
I
not
want
at
to
all
see it.
what we're
I want to
doing.
see it all put
Get
together.
this crap out of here. Here, throw that on the ground over there.
Are you just messing with me?
Put that over here.
I'm
Get
not
this crap out of
disappointed
here.
at all.
Get out of here.
Messy as
This is Gibby's world, man. We don't play around.
Oh, wow. Okay, I was not expecting that.
Okay, here's your case. So, this is a Cooler Master case. I really love this case. I can't remember the model number of it. Maybe I'll see it on the back. The thing I didn't like about this case, if anyone sees it and they were like, ooh, that's a nice case. The right side panel is glass, clear glass. You can see your cables through it. So if you're not good at cable management, this is not the case for you. But what I did for you is I painted it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I left,
You put a...
I masked off and I painted red the hexagons as a throwback to MSI, because MSI is red. And then I put a nice liner on the back here.
Thank you.
So that you don't just see paint.
That's awesome.
And just so you guys know, if you're into modern computers, this is nothing but a textured shelf paper like you would put in the bottom of a kitchen cabinet. It's on top of the paint because no matter how good you are, when you spray paint glass, you can get some weird effects. And being in Florida, the humidity, the temperature change, the paint did some weird stuff on this side. On this side, it looks beautiful. It's fine. So this was just to cover up the crazy things the paint did. All right, so you got your pre-installed
I see that.
new
Hold
generation
on. Come. We got to show everybody.
MSI badge.
Matching badges.
There's a little bit of cable management on this side. That's the front panel connector cables that I already kind of managed them because I knew exactly where they needed to be for the time being. So the shroud that we just removed covers this, and that's really it. Then you have a tunnel down here for mounting hard drives on sleds. These are not movable or removable. So if you get this case, you need to be very, very sure of your cable management because you're going to have to run cables through here. And they gave you plenty of cutouts that are rolled edge. It's a really nice case. It's well made. It's just not a novice builder's case for cable management. Again, that's why I painted that side panel, because when everything goes in this case, Bryce is going to be doing the work. He's going to be building his first PC essentially. So his cable management may not be the best looking, so that way he can hide it. And the next time he builds a computer, it'll get better and better. So I did that to just make it a little easier. So if you get this case or a case similar that has a clear glass side on the cable side, don't hesitate to paint it if you want. Paint it any color you want. It's going to hide your cables. That's a simple mod, and it customizes it for you. So that almost got away from me. It's a little heavy on the side. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be using for our case. And now let's talk about real fans. For fans, Be Quiet Light Wings, baby.
You be
High
quiet.
power fans.
You be quiet.
One of the best fans you can get.
They're surprisingly heavy for being called light wings.
But wait, there's more.
Oh gosh.
It
like
wouldn't be
Christmas.
right to put new fans in a new case
It wouldn't.
with old stuff. No. How about a new motherboard?
No, you did not.
But wait,
Oh my god.
there's more. How about a new processor?
No, you did not.
And this one's special. Y'all see what that is? That right there, that is the limited edition Dumbtail i7 inside. That's right. Look at there. That's right. But wait, there's more.
I'm crying and I'm crying because I'm laughing.
You need some storage.
Dude.
And by the way, I have some sensitive material on these, so I'm going to need that back. 2, not 1, but 2.
Are these Dumbtail as well?
NVMe's. 3 terabytes of storage.
Dude.
M.2.
What did I do to deserve this?
Just being you.
Thank you.
Next, you need some memory.
Oh gosh, dude.
Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro, 32 gigabytes. That's right. But wait,
Oh my god.
there's more. You need an
Dude,
AIO
you're not
to keep
serious.
that processor cool.
You're not serious.
So, we got you an IQ.
An IQ.
Get you a Corsair
Dude.
AIO. Now, it's not the 150 that's in here.
Oh
but we
my
didn't have the
gosh.
box.
I don't want it at all then.
But I had to use a box, so it's a 240, not a 360, but it's fine.
Oh my god.
But wait, there's more.
Dude.
Because you also get the LCD screen upgrade for the pump. But wait, there's more.
I don't think I can take much more.
You got you a new graphics card.
Dude.
An EVGA. That's right, y'all. Last of the legends. 2060 12 gigabyte OC. Major workhorse. Awesome.
I don't have any words.
That is not a chump
No.
GPU.
I am well aware.
Let me tell you, it can go toe to toe with that 3070 Ti. I've tested
Dude.
it. And any doubters listening, prove me wrong.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Oh yeah, you gotta power it with something.
Gotta power it. Amazon.
Nice new 750 power supply
Dude, that is sick.
and some cables.
I don't even know what to say right now. It doesn't feel real. Like, just stop bullshitting me. You can bleep that out.
Bleep that! We're kid friendly. Okay, listen. We're doing this because you're a hard worker. You're being a good dad and a good husband. I know you've wanted a new computer for a while, and I recognize your hard work and your resistance to the temptation. I had the parts just sitting, and the best idea I could come up with was to give them to you, to reward you for doing the right thing, because it's hard to do. I know. So this is my way of saying thank you for being a good husband and father.
Thank you.
All right? I love you, pal. Don't ever forget that, no matter what. And you get to do all the work.
Hey, I'm okay with that. It's worth it.
All right, guys, listen, we're going to get everything organized and straight and ready to build. And Dan the Magic Man is going to do his video magic. So sit back and enjoy watching a complete novice build his first PC.
Is that like Magic Mike?
Only if you get enough alcohol in him. Don't demonetize me, YouTube.
Just monetize.
Thanks,
please.
guys. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, so it's been 11 days since we began. I'm kidding. So here we have the finished computer that Bryce built. I gave him very little hands-on help and just guidance as he went along because Bryce was smart enough to not only look at manuals but watch videos.
And I liked and commented and subscribed too.
Pro YouTuber. So we ran into an issue when we were rebuilding this computer. This was my computer, as some of you may know that have seen it in videos, but it was barely used. The issue we ran into was a bad EPS or CPU wire, which is surprising since this computer has under 50 hours total use at all. And thankfully we had another one that came with the power supply. So that can happen. It can happen with a brand new power supply. So if you run into an issue where you build the computer, you check everything, but you still can't get your computer to turn on, the most likely explanation is a simple one. So you do have to check and recheck some things and then start thinking through logically what's most likely the problem. Now I have a power supply tester, so the first thing I did is test the power supply and make sure everything was working properly. And so then I started eliminating some things. And one of the things that helped me figure out it was the CPU cable is the fact that being this has an LCD display, normally when you first power it on, you'll get the red triangle. And I wasn't getting that. So I knew something was going on. We never did get a red triangle once we got the power to come on, and I can only assume that's because the memory of me using it previously was still stored in the hardware profile. Otherwise, the build went very smoothly. Although we're not showing it, the cable management Bryce did is fantastic. For a first attempt, it's better than some that I've seen other people do. So Bryce, for you, what was the most difficult part?
The patience. Definitely sometimes, you got to finagle things and work on making sure things are in the right place, making sure that, especially when you find that there's a problem, then you have to work your way back. And honestly, the thing that I think I've learned is to get one of those scanners, because unless you want to sit there and guess the whole time, you should probably have a backup where you can actually test things real time, which wires are working, so you can, just make sure that it's not, the power supply, or, like in this case, we were very lucky that it was one of the CPU cables. So definitely patience on that, and the persistence to continue going as we got to the end and found the problems and everything.
So back to that problem, a common thing that people will do when they run into what they believe to be, say, a bad power supply, is they will put in another power supply to eliminate it. And while that might be a good solution for something like a RAM stick maybe being bad, when it comes to a power supply, I don't recommend you do that, because there could be a problem with a wire that's grounded out that is damaging the power supply. And if you put a new power supply on it, you could damage that one. The power supply is not only a very complicated part, but it's the heart of your system. It's responsible for every volt and watt that goes to your computer. And all it takes is one shorted wire to damage it and damage your motherboard. So a simple power supply tester can save you a lot of effort. A more complex power supply tester can really pinpoint exactly where the problem is, if it's on a particular pin out of that particular lane on the power supply. But for the average person, a $14 or $15 power supply will at least give you some indication if it's putting out 12 volt, 5 volt, 3.3 volt, and it will also detect if there's some kind of a short or failure in the power supply. They're a lot better than they used to be. So, if you're going to build one computer, I don't think you need that. If you plan to build a computer and maybe work on an older computer, I would recommend you get it. It could save you a lot of grief. For me, this was a very enjoyable project because, again, it gave me the opportunity to use the channel to not only demonstrate teaching someone how to build a computer, but because of the investment that I made in the channel, it gave me the opportunity to pay that to someone else,
Which I'm grateful.
as I'm able to do. And I look forward to doing that more in the future. Obviously, this channel's not monetized yet. I'm not sponsored yet. So I can't just give away computers. That gets expensive really fast. But in this particular case, I will not miss this computer at all because I know it's going to bring Bryce a lot of joy. And we're going to take his old computer and we're going to repurpose that for his son. So it's a win-win-win all the way around. It's been a lot of fun. And so any closing thoughts?
Now, if you're going to do something, do it right. Make sure that, you're going through all the steps. And if you need any help, refer to earlier videos. They're there for a reason.
That's very true. It can't be stated enough. Read the manual. So thank you for joining us for this episode of Gibby's World. And if you haven't, please consider subscribing, hit that thumbs up, and leave us a comment if you enjoyed this video. And there's more content coming. So stick with us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.